Hello everyone and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. Imagine having made a plan to go out with friends at a decided time. Now to ensure that everything happens on time, you have made sure to remind everyone about what the plan was. You have ensured everything at your end is taken care of. But somehow no one ends up following the decided timelines. And so on and so forth. How does listening to this make you feel? Frustrated? Angry? Irritated, or does it make no difference to you because you can accept that such things happen? I can come up with various such situations, but the bottom line is going to be, how does it make you feel as a person? And that is what I'm going to talk about in this episode, the need for control. Now this is something that I always struggled with. Not that I saw it as that. For me it was a positive I had. I mean, how can ensuring everything, fussing over it, stressing over it, thinking about it 24/7 be anything but my strongest point? But today, that I know myself better, I realize why I had the need to control everything. It stemmed from a place of fear and insecurities. And I won't say that I've completely gotten over it, or there are no longer any situations in which I tend to go back to my patterns. It is a work in progress. I am a work in progress. But yes, it is now a first reaction to certain situations. However, at the same time there is awareness, and which further leads to my second reaction to come from a place of understanding. And that results in doing better. The need for control is a universal human experience, deeply rooted in our biology and psychology. It often stems from a desire for security, predictability, and a sense of order in our lives. In an ever-changing world, the need for control provides a semblance of stability, allowing individuals to navigate the uncertainties that life throws their way. The need for control is a complex emotion, which is directly related to our emotional landscape. For example, fear, a powerful driver, can fuel the desire for control as individuals seek to mitigate potential threats and anxieties. Similarly, anxiety itself can be both a cause and a consequence of the need for control, creating a cyclical pattern that can be challenging to break. This need for control often extends to our interpersonal relationships, impacting how we connect with others. The fear of vulnerability and potential rejection can drive individuals to seek control in their relationships, inadvertently hindering intimacy and genuine connections. Not only this, but if we do not realize this pattern in our behavior, it slowly takes over every part of our life. I have known people who have had such strong desire for control that even a small utensil kept in a slightly different place or angle in the kitchen is enough to get them really disturbed. This slowly grows into a situation where everyone has to tiptoe around us, and it becomes difficult not only for others but also for ourselves. Imagine the kind of energy it takes to have so much going on inside one's head to deal with the illusion of control. Why do I call it illusion of control? Because there is nothing that can be done to control anything in this life. All we can do is make choices and decisions. That's all. The result of these decisions, or how anyone else reacts to something, no matter what, is not something that we can ever influence. There is a quote by Bryon Kattie that says, "If you want real control, drop the illusion of control. Let life have you. It does anyway. You are just telling yourself the story of how it doesn't." It is understandable that everyone needs to have some sense of control over their lives. This is a natural human desire. Control gives a feeling of order, stability, and safety. However, to truly understand the need for control, it's essential to explore its roots. Childhood experiences, particularly those involving trauma or a lack of stability, can shape an individual's relationship with control. An intense fear of losing control can drive people to micromanage, criticize, or manipulate others. And like all human emotions, control exists on a broad spectrum and can move into unhealthy territory on both ends. In fact, often in our attempt to control, we end up being controlled by our own fears and insecurities. Some of the common signs of unhealthy controlling behavior is someone who is very tight with money, someone who gives the silent treatment when things don't go their way, criticizing another's behavior or appearance to make them change, dominating conversations or constantly interrupting others, not allowing a partner to have friends of the opposite sex, micromanaging employees or even family members, manipulating others or lies so that things go their way, extreme desire to impress others, unwillingness to adapt to new circumstances. While the need for control is inherent, there are practical strategies for channeling this desire in healthier ways. Mindfulness practices, effective communication, and embracing vulnerability are essential tools in finding a balanced approach to control, allowing individuals to navigate life's challenges more gracefully. Some tips to cope with controlling behavior: try to remain calm. Whether it's your boss, your mother, or your partner, try not to lose your cool when they behave in a controlling manner. If you feel an argument coming, take a short break to cool down, if you can, before discussing the problem. Try to understand what's driving their behavior. For example, if your partner wants to know where you are at all times, what's the underlying fear? Express in plain terms how you feel about their behavior. Establish your boundaries. Setting clear boundaries on how you want to be treated and what makes you feel comfortable can help you manage controlling behavior. Consider speaking with a controlling person to reflect on how their actions may affect you or cross your boundaries. Know when to leave the situation if they don't change. If the behavior continues and affects your self-esteem or autonomy, consider leaving the situation. Examine your own reason for staying. Though most people end up in controlling situations through no fault of their own, some choose to stay even when they could leave. Consider reflecting on your reasons for staying without judgment to determine whether this controlling situation supports your needs. The need for control is a very complex emotion or trait, the solution for which is purely based in self-awareness. Unless the person is willing to understand his or her trait and work upon the underlying reasons for it, it is something that will continue to exist. And that is why a lot of us do not see this need as a problem. We simply see it as being more disciplined or better at our work than others. Another thing that makes it difficult to break this pattern is that the solution to it lies in identifying parts of us that we would normally not want to accept or acknowledge. In the end, all I would like to say is that trying to control everything shows that you have no control. It creates anxiety, worry, and most importantly, it proves that you are living in a state of fear. Practice the art of letting go. You don't need to control every element of life. In fact, you cannot. So breathe, let it go, and focus on doing the best you can with what you have today. With this, we come to the end of the episode. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery. Remember, it's not about eliminating the need for control, but rather understanding and embracing it with a mindful and compassionate heart. Until next time, stay curious and stay connected. Thank you.